O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto Awards and more. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and more, where recognition is rewarding.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Murias Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Murias Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at murias.dental. Murias Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to muriasdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton and Rome. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rome can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The CryptoBroSho is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our CryptoBroSho.
Crypto Bros.
This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
Righty, all righty. Well, wait a minute. Okay, do I go this way? All right, now there we go. Okay, now it is mirroring at least. What? No, it's not. See, this is where Sean gets me all screwed up. All right, because then I go do this stuff, and then, it just kind of. Let's see. So I'm supposed to do it that way. And okay, now it mirrors exactly what I want. Okay, so if I go back to where, there we go. Okay, so now it should straighten out. There we go. All right, now we're set. Now, I fly solo on these things. I need Sean on these things sometimes, but at least he taught me how to kind of fix the problem. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good midday, wherever it is you're watching or downloading and listening. We love you for it, and thank you, as we all are taking this beautiful journey down the road with Bitcoin and with crypto. And so lots of things to talk about here in episode 49 of the CryptoBroSho. Thank you all. Don't forget, please, to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very important that you do that so it gets kind of the algorithms going and more people. We got to build this part of the show up. You know what I'm saying? Establish this. And I think, one of the things that's exciting about what's going on now is that more and more people are becoming more open
to the idea because they're watching that countries and states and cities and pensions and all kinds of different institutions, financial institutions, everybody's investing in Bitcoin, and they're finally kind of getting it. I go to a place where I go to some place that I go get dinner there, lunch all the time. Actually, it's a place I like to go to a lot, and I kind of thought I would go there quietly all the time. And so the manager approached me and goes, "Hey, man, and I didn't know he knew what I do. And so he goes, I know you know your sports and stuff, but you know your crypto, this, that." And so he started asking me about Bitcoin and all that. So it was cool. And it's just good to see that more and more people, Steve Calabro from Hialeah Park, he's an Ethereum guy now, big Ethereum guy. So he's been loading up on Ethereum on his end, and he got himself a Tangent wallet, which is what I would tell all of you out there that are, do your homework. Don't listen just to me or anybody else. Do your own homework. Read about whatever you're going to invest in. Read about, understand Bitcoin, understand crypto, understand the blockchain, understand everything that's going on, understand what's going on with our dollar. And that's something that I want to talk about because we have been in this area where we've been screwing around in the 90s. And we've done this where we screwed around in the 20s and we screwed around in the 30s and we screwed around the 40s and the 50s. It's just one of those things. We kind of like skipped the 80s, which it's kind of weird. We didn't really have a lot of fluctuation in the 80s. No, we were in the 70s, 60s, remember? And then now in the 90s, and then we were screwing around with the 100 and all that. And that's kind of what we've been doing, right? We flirt a little bit with 100, come back down, go a little bit over 100, 101, 102, and then come back down again. So we've been in this window, and we can't lose sight about what's going on. But I also don't want you to lose sight about what's really going on, because there's a lot of things going on. Like this week, we found out that Binance sold $4 billion of all their Bitcoin, all their Solana, all their Ethereum. They had DOJ fines they had to pay, all kinds of stuff. So imagine $4 billion, and it did nothing to the market. It didn't cave in Bitcoin. It just gets swallowed up by other people. That's all. And then you've got the short-term holders, less than 155 days, that they panic and they don't understand. But why are we here? I want instant gratification. Those of us that have been here since the teens and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, I think you've been time and tested. I think if you got into the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, you're kind of getting used to it a little bit, but you're not there yet. And then once we get into the hundreds, then those people start getting used to it. You know what I mean? And they'll understand that it's patience. You wait, you let it go. But what is going on? Why are we doing all of this? Well, we've got Trump obviously threatening with tariffs, imposing tariffs, because sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off. Sometimes they are affecting things and sometimes they're not. Some of them are going to take effect down the road. So all of this. And at the beginning, they were all reacting right at the beginning of it. Have you noticed now, as the tariffs keep getting announced, the fluctuations in the market are a lot less now. In fact, it might even start to continue to, go against it. So you've got all of those kind of things going on right now, which are putting some pressure, right? Plus, we're all waiting we have everybody in our world saying, well, where's the Bitcoin reserve? Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin reserve. Well, dude, relax. The Bitcoin reserve is coming. There's a lot of, proof that it's coming. And all you got to do is have some patience, because think about this. A year ago, were we seeing this from any state? much less Texas. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill, priority scheduled for hearing. Chairman Schwartner's Senate Bill 21 establishing the Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve will be heard in the Senate Committee on Business and Commerce. Today, Senate Bill 21, a legislative proposal to diversify the state's assets portfolio through the formation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve, is scheduled for a public hearing before the state Senate Committee on Business and Commerce on Tuesday, February 18th. You know, this is, and they're gonna put billions of dollars into this thing. Absolute billions. It's coming. Michigan introduced a bill today for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, joining the party. Did we have this a year ago? Was this even a thought a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? No, they would be laughing at us. Relax. It's coming, but it's coming like a freaking tsunami. It is going, you're going to think you're in Nazareth, you know, where they go to watch the surfers, those badass mofos, right? They're out there surfing those waves that are 50, 60, 70, 90 foot tall, and everybody's standing around those peaks. That's a bucket list for me, by the way. I do watch that. And I you know, it's just that we got to wait, bro, but it's coming. And when it comes, it's going to be the swells. And then there's the bad stuff that will ignite the good stuff. And I'll explain too. But these are things that we have to be patient. It's going to happen. Texas will pass their reserve. Florida eventually will pass their reserve. Wyoming will pass their reserve. Pennsylvania will pass their reserve. It's coming. They're all going to eventually, but there's a process to all of this. Are all of them going to pass? No, some are going to fail, and some are going to have to go back to the drawing board and then start again and all that. But eventually they're all going, and the U.S. one is going to happen. It has to happen. You know what I'm saying? They cannot deny it, because the rest of the world is going to get ahead of them. And that's going to happen too. And I don't even know how the rest of the world hasn't even started it even more. I don't know why they're just waiting for the U.S. to start it. It's crazy. But you've got so many positives that you just got to hang in there, and you've got an opportunity to actually accumulate. There's something called over-the-counter trading, OTC desks, okay? And this is where large transactions happen, okay? A lot of you that are into this, you know about this stuff, but some of you are new, and I want to make sure I explain it. And OTC desks are when somebody wants to purchase 100 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin, you know, something like that, whatever it is, a crazy micro sailor amount. Somebody's got to be willing to sell it. You know what I mean? And you've got to have a reserve, right? So look at the reserves. It's the blue line. Reserves are at an all-time low. That is insanity. Look where it was peaking right in between 21 and 22. And it was at 500,000 Bitcoin. Now it's just above 100. It looks like it's right around, I would say about 135, 140,000 Bitcoin left. That's crazy. That means, and as the sailors and as the Black Rocks and Fidelities and you and me, and not that I'm buying Bitcoin, but I'm buying, a little tiny piece, and you buy a little tiny piece, and a lot of us buy tiny pieces, and we end up buying a Bitcoin together. But these people are buying enormous on the, and then when this dries up, they have to go to Coinbase, like you and me. They have to go to Cash App and Venmo and Swan and Crypto.com and OKC and, whatever exchange you want to come up with. And then all hell is really breaking loose. This is coming. Look where it was. Just 4.5 years ago, look where the hell they were, and look where it is now. And they're not gaining anything. And they're out buying the miners by miles. The miners only produce 450 a day. They can only produce. That's it. There's no more. It is building and building and building and building, and we are going to have violent rips. I have told you this over and over again. Okay, the supply shock is going to happen. And it's just, the funny part is a lot of people don't understand it and don't see what you and I are seeing, because we're immersed in this and we're talking about this constantly. So we get it. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. By the way, R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. We love Ray and Mike. Ray is big into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. He's a big Bitcoin and crypto guy. So not only can you talk shop and say, hey, I got to fix my home, my condo. I want to do a complete remodel in my kitchen, upgrades, all that. Hey, Ray, Mike, do you guys, do you do some weatherproofing? Do you do all that stuff like for the terrace, the balcony, the flood test report? They do all that kind of stuff. And if you're looking to redo everything, they do all of that too. Kitchen upgrades, appliances, floor restoration, drywall, level 5 finish. Call them 305-345-3649. That's 305-345-3649 for R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. If you want to see some exceptional work, go to their Instagram page at RMC Fisher Island. The news just doesn't stop, okay? This is just like considering, is not really like getting it done yet. But the fact that GameStop, everybody knows money's dying. You got a reserve of money, and it's sitting there. You need to invest it. You need to put it in something. Now they're considering investing in a Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's how your money's going to move. A hell of a lot better. It's going to die in the bank or the savings account. Doesn't grow there at all. Doesn't work for you. GameStop starts adding. I mean, it just becomes a tsunami, because it just, or maybe it's more of a snowball going downhill, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because you've got more and more things that are looking to get involved in a cryptocurrency, and especially into Bitcoin. And again, we told you, pensions, investment firms, states, well, countries. Look what's going on now. South Korea. Michigan introduced their Bitcoin reserve bill. Texas introduced their Bitcoin bill. And now South Korea is going to lift their ban on crypto trading for institutions. Remember, this is a worldwide thing. It's not an American thing. It's not an English thing. It's not an Australian thing. It's not a Mexican thing. No, this is worldwide. And the Far East has been kind of limiting their people to cryptocurrencies, and now they're finally opening themselves up because they have no choice. It's coming. They know it's going to come. By the way, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo, at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can send in a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation as always. And you can send in your questions and comments. Use those QR codes for Cash App or Venmo. It's at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And on PayPal, you can also use the QR code. You want more good news? Because, I mean, the news doesn't stop when it comes to Bitcoin, because everybody knows what's coming. And if they don't add it, they will pay the price. Well, here you go, folks. Here you go. The third largest bank in Canada, BMO. They just made a purchase of $150 million in the Bitcoin ETFs. Because, they got this idiot Trudeau was anti-Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff. Listen, all these people that are part of governments, part of banks, they were all anti-Bitcoin. Why? Because they understand money. They know their fiat currency is going to shit. And it doesn't matter if you're in France. It doesn't matter if you're in Europe. It doesn't matter if you're in Russia or in China, America, or Japan. Everybody's currency is going to shit. Everybody. You see what happened today in Moscow, in Russia? They froze the stock market. I mean, it's obviously stock markets are manipulated to hell as it is. So they're going to protect their banks. They're going to bail banks out. They're not going to bail your ass out. But they'll bail the banks out. That's for sure. So BMO, like many others, they have to change. They have to get on board. If they don't get on board, they will pay the price. There's no doubt about that. Now, let me give you some of the negative that's a positive. We had bad PPI inflation numbers. We had bad CPI numbers this week, where inflation is going up. And Powell telling you they're getting down to 2%. They'll never get down to 2%. They've manipulated already stuff to take it out, to try to lower the GDP and all that stuff, and try to, lower inflation numbers and all that kind of crap. And even manipulating it, they can't get there. Because right now, it's really not where it's really supposed to be. We're probably somewhere more closer to 5 or 6% in inflation, easily. And I'm being kind. But the numbers are fudged already to get it down to where it's at, and they still aren't going to get it down to the 2s. It's never going to happen. They've printed too much money. That's the bad news. Well, the Republicans now, they're about to put out their own budget. And the budget is set to raise the debt limit $3 to $4 trillion. So you'll go from 37 trillion to about 40 to 41 trillion in your debt. Our kids are going to have to carry all that. I hope the kids are getting Bitcoin, because the money is going to be worthless in 10 to 15 years because we'll be in a hyperinflation. Okay, but this is what we have to plan for. It's really hard for them to get out of the hole they already put us in. Okay, I don't know if any of this stuff that Trump wants to do is going to work, but tariffs, well, folks, I've given you examples. The tariffs last time when he was in office, he put them on washers. What ended up happening? Okay, so now it was more expensive to buy imported washers, but then American companies, because you raised the prices on imported washers, domestic washers went up. And guess what? There were no tariffs on dryers, yet dryers went up too. Now you're going to put tariffs on steel and aluminum. We're all going to pay more for cars, an aluminum sign for your business, your whatever it is that's aluminum, a lamp, whatever it is, tableware, you name it, anything that's made of steel or aluminum that you could possibly think of, your watch, this, that, whatever, everything's going to go up. Because that's what happens with tariffs. They pass it on to the consumer. Okay. Now, if he eliminates income, the taxes at the end of the year and income tax, I don't know if that balances out, or I don't know what this craziness is going to do. But I do know that they're going to print $4 trillion more now. Okay. Because they want to do a lot of stuff that they're spending a lot of money. They're already out of money now as it is. They need more money for the ISIS stuff and everything that's going on. That's going to put more pressure on our economy. Inflation. You're going to buy less. Eggs are at an all-time high. Bitcoin. All this negative stuff empowers Bitcoin even more, because people will see that your money buys less because inflation is going through the roof. So they'll put their money into Bitcoin, and then it'll go up, and at least you'll be able to fight off inflation a little bit. So there's a lot of the negative stuff that's going on. Okay. We had We had Binance dumping $4 billion, which if they didn't, prices would be higher in crypto right now. We've got all this stuff. We're waiting for regulations from the government. We're waiting for all these Bitcoin reserves to get going. That's why I tell you, for those of you that are waiting, what are you going to wait for them to start? Then the price is going to soar. You're going to get it a hell of a lot cheaper now. So you've got all of these things, the tariffs going on. How will it work out? If it works out bad for us, Bitcoin. If it works out great for us, well, you still have your Bitcoin and you'll be fine. But you better protect yourself. Not that I'm a financial advisor. But, I mean, this is kind of what they're going to put tariffs on cars now across the board. I mean, it's just there's a lot. Why do you think Powell didn't lower rates? Because he knows that he's going to have to deal with them printing. So if he lowers rates and they print, it becomes a double whammy with inflation. And he doesn't have a lot of real tools to control this. So it's just, you have to look at what's going on, whether it's good news or bad news. But even the good news helps you, and the bad news really helps you when it comes to Bitcoin. Do I want it? No, none of us want a huge deficit and all that kind of stuff. None of us want any of that. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see if it works. Hell, they're going to audit the IRS now. That's a trip, man. If there's rumors that he wants to abolish the IRS, so no income tax, and then, to remove income tax. I mean, that would be, again, that kind of would balance some things out, right? For some people. Who knows? But there's so much uncertainty that what becomes more certain than anything else is Bitcoin. By the way, another project that I am very biased and invested in, and I absolutely believe in it because it has all the same characteristics of Bitcoin, is Caspa. And Caspa is now going to get listed on Coinbase, which is pretty cool. Okay. Now they're doing it on the future side. It's not spot trading, which is what we all buy. Like when we buy Caspa, you buy it on a DeFi platform, or you buy it on Uphold or something like that, right? It's not the same, not yet. This could be the beginning of it. Who knows? But at least it gets Caspa's name out there more. See, the thing is that most coins, they'll buy their way onto exchanges. Bitcoin will not do that, and neither will Caspa. So if you want to sell Caspa, you're going to have to buy it to then sell it to the public. And that's what these large wallets who continue this week to add millions and millions of Caspa. Okay, wallet 4 and 5 and 9 and 13 and all these. I may not have all the wallet numbers exactly, but you know what I'm talking about for those of you that follow it heavy. They are collecting millions. So, one wallet just passed Uphold. And a lot of people think it's the Binance one. And we will find out if Binance lists Caspa, because somebody is buying millions every damn week, dude. So this is good. Caspa, by the way, also reached 100 million blocks. And for a proof of work that has the kind of speed of Solana, that's amazing. And when we have the crescendo done, so you've got the big wallets buying Caspa, you've got Coinbase adding it as, you've got them crossing the 100 million block, plateau. I mean, it just becomes incredibly bullish too. And we've got a little pump too going on right now. It's crossed the 10-cent mark. So those of you that were digging in and buying it at 8 cents, you're now, sitting pretty, because it's already at 10, which is pretty cool. And it's by the way, it's one of the few that is still in the green today. I see it's up almost 5.5%. It's up to 10.3 cents. So it's climbed quite a bit. And if you were strong and you bought it at the high 7s or the 8s or 9, you're already looking, pretty good right now as it is. So I am loving everything I'm also seeing, from Caspa. If you got any questions, send them in. All right? Send them in. And remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, of course, those are our favorites. TJ Superman in the house. Good evening to you, sir. Eric Simon in. Luis Medina. I don't think you're going to get any more big-time dips anymore unless we have something. Dude, Trump is trying to end the war. So, and the conflict in Gaza, that shit's going to end very soon, one way or another. So that, not that that really affects anything in the world right now, but ending Ukraine and Russia would also be good. There's a lot of positive shit, and then we start, they get their bill passed and they spend a lot of money, and that helps us. And so liquidity all over the place, regulations come in, they get this whole stable. You see what they're doing with the stable coins, like Tether. I told you this a few shows back. What they're doing with, and they're super smart on their part, on the U.S. government's part, is they want to make sure they get those stablecoin regulations going, because they want to make sure all the stablecoin companies that are working here in the United States are going to have a reserve that is backed by dollars, not other things, dollars. Okay, probably gold too. They'll throw in there, but they may do it like that. They may not even let them use Bitcoin as a just to force them to use dollars. And then that strengthens the dollar use when the bull run starts, and everybody's and the people that are, I'm starting to sense people that weren't involved in it and didn't, had trepidations and all that. I'm starting to sense them starting to, cross over. They're all going to be using stable coins, and the government knows. And because the Trump administration happens to be a Bitcoin and crypto administration, because everybody understands it, they know they have to make sure the dollar is the power behind the stable coins. So their dollar is used. It's smart. It's really, really smart. And if you're an American, you want that, because that's good, because as weak as our dollar is, we need all the help that we can possibly get. So that's actually a good thing. So there's a lot of positives going on. And then the negatives will also juice. Now, by the way, let me preface something. A lot of the stuff that I told you on the negatives will juice Bitcoin. I'm not exactly sure if certain things like inflation, all that, it's going to really help altcoins as much. They may not pump as much as they could have. Bitcoin will soar no matter what. No matter what. No matter if a Democrat's in office, no matter if a Republican's in office, no matter if an independent's in office, no matter if things are going all right, no matter if things are absolutely terrible, it's going to soar. It's finite. It's immutable. It's not controlled by any government. And everybody knows it's the real currency that's now established in the world over anything else right now. So it just, man. Anyway, NorCal says all set. Sean taught you well. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Swamp Donkey in the house. Have you heard about Caspa possibly getting listed on Coinbase soon? I just talked about it now. It's futures, not spot, but it's a start. It's a start. Terry Lynch says, don't waste your money unless you have money to burn. Well, that's what you do when you go to the movies or the park or something. But if you do your homework, you might be investing. You know what I mean? And by the way, Terry, it takes zero intelligence to invest in Bitcoin. Something that started 8 digits behind a penny 16 years ago and is 100,000 now. It really doesn't take a lot of intelligence. Now, it takes immense stupidity to not accept Bitcoin, to not really understand that it's real. Okay. So that's the interesting part. It takes really zero intelligence to figure out that Bitcoin is the real thing and the shit we have in our wallets is not. You know, one, you can buy more eggs with as time goes on. The other, you buy less eggs with as time goes on. Elementary, my dear Watson. So I wouldn't call it wasting your money. Wasting your money is keeping your money in the bank, Terry. Putting it in a savings account. Putting in a money market account where you're getting 4% and inflation runs probably on the average of 6 or 7%. You're not even keeping up with inflation. So wasting your money is keeping whatever money you have on the side sitting there and not putting it into Bitcoin and not putting it into energy that is working for you. Let's see. I was reading up on Nakamoto Games and Beam. Beam is a very good project. I don't have Beam because I'm not rich. I can't be involved in everything. But I think Beam is one of those. It has so many games. It is a very strong company. So yes. Big Johnson, thank you. Please don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. This headline comes out a few days after Ryan Cohen was pictured meeting with Michael Saylor. GameStop sitting on a pretty large stack. At every pump, Cohen was creating shares and diluting shareholders. He has been under pressure to do something with that stack from shareholders. Whoa. To let it sit there and do nothing and put in a Bitcoin and let it grow forever? Yeah, I would do that. I just bought an entire ETH. Hope it works out. You son of a bitch. That is awesome. That is, Joseph, I am so proud of you, bro. Congratulations, my brother. You know, it's, let me explain what this man, Joseph, let me explain what you just did, which is genius on your part, okay? Just freaking genius. Let me explain something to you, my man. Okay, this is how awesome what you just did. And I'm going to show you proof right now so you can check it out because you need to see these kind of things. I'm glad when you guys share this kind of stuff with me because then maybe I can share a little knowledge of something that I didn't even think I was going to talk about. But right now, okay, let's celebrate our man Joseph. Joseph, what is it? Roseball. Joseph Roseball just bought Bitcoin now at $2,700, let's say. Okay. All right. Are we all seeing this? Okay, good. I got it. I just want to make sure we're all seeing the same thing. Okay. So $2,700. This is a day. This is a week. Okay. We've been kind of in the same place. This is a month. Check it out. Here's where it dropped. Right here. On February 3rd, look where it was. It was up here at $3,300. $3,300. Okay, now let's go for the year. So check this out. You peaked up here, and we were at $3,800, and this was on December 12th of 24. $3,800. This man's going to pump $1,100 like nothing because it's going to pass 3,800 very shortly. It's about to run, dude. Trump just bought 5 million more of ETH today. The man is up to, I believe, 70, 75, $80 million. You think Trump is putting, millions and millions into ETH for no reason at all? You think he's just going to make that? No, dude. So this is what's coming, dude. You did a genius move on your part. And the top, if I go all time, is over here at 48, 40, what is it? 40, see, it's about, it's about 4,800, something like that. Or let me see, 47, damn it. That was November 9th of 2021. It will pass that easily. So you came in at 2,600, and that's 2,000 away from its peak. It's going to blow past its peak. Blow past its peak. Super proud of you, my brother. Super proud of you. Joseph, that's a ballsy move, but it's really not. It's a super smart move. Oh, and by the way, Joseph, just to give you a tip, you can go to other places or whatever, but Exodus, it's free. It's a hot, cold wallet. It's like a warm wallet because it has the 12 words and everything. Make sure you have your keys, okay? And make sure you write them down and all that. But you can get 3.4% interest. So you open up an Exodus account, you move your Ethereum to Exodus, you stake it, and you get 3.4%. So every day you're earning free ETH, my brother. So you're adding to what you bought, and you're lowering the price automatically by interest coming in, 3.4%. I'm sorry, do you get that in your savings account if you put $2,700 like you did right now? Or does it just sit there and gain nothing? Well, there in Ethereum, you're gaining 3.4%, my brother. And so you're adding more ETH and more ETH and more ETH, and they're giving it to you at that price. So it comes in every couple of days, the little pieces of ETH, and it adds to it, and it adds to it, and it adds to it. And before you know it, you're not dinky doggy anymore. Yes, I dated myself there. Let's see what we got here. Steve M. Thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. Thanks for the show. Question: why is it that when there's bad news for the dollar and the stock markets dip, crypto also dips? Seems crypto should go up. What am I missing? It all depends on what goes on at the same time, my brother. Sometimes liquidity affects everything. And so sometimes it could be just an FTX a disaster, and it only affects crypto. And sometimes it could be something that just like, yesterday, the markets got affected and crypto went up. It was like the opposite. But there will be a decoupling at one point, because what's going on now, Steve, is it's really the big seven. The magnificent seven of the stock market are kind of with the upper echelon of crypto now. Because really what people don't realize is that crypto is really the real stock market now. It's really going to become the real stock market overall. The stock market is, it's just a couple of stocks and that's it. But where they're all moving to is the blockchain. Right? BlackRock's using Ondo, and they're using Ethereum, and they're using Bitcoin. And so they're all moving to the blockchain. It's what people don't understand. It's like Elon Musk. He wants to put, which is awesome, he wants to put all of the expenses of the government on chain. And, Elizabeth Warren will tell you, well, criminals are using the blockchain and Bitcoin. No, idiot. It's an open freaking forum. The ledger's open. Everybody knows what you're doing. We know Trump bought 5 million in Ethereum. How the does a criminal want to do that? Oh yeah, let me hey, why don't you guys film me while I rape, pillage, and murder and rob everybody? Because of course you want to film me committing crimes. It's like, it's just the stuff that goes on in this world is just because people don't do their homework. So we have things economically that are continuing to affect us in certain ways. And crypto, there's a lot of the elite that own a lot of the crypto. And now what you're watching, Steve, is that because of the elite owning now crypto, the rips down are not violent anymore. They're not 30 and 40 and 50% and 60%. They are for alts, because alts have always been like that. But for Bitcoin, it's not. The tariffs keep mentioning, Bitcoin's been staying. But we now learn that Binance unloaded $4 billion this week. And wow, it didn't do much. Solana stayed pretty strong. Ethereum stayed pretty strong. They dipped a little bit. And Bitcoin did not move. Bitcoin's been stuck where it's been stuck for a couple of months. So we're at a point right now where it all depends on what economic issue happens. It's going to affect either or both. And that's just kind of the way it is. But it's hard to predict. It's really hard to predict, like the tariffs. I don't know how it's going. But I tell you this, as I've told you guys before, I know Bitcoin isn't going to be affected. And Ethereum, Solana, XRP is going to be part of banking. But there's a lot of altcoins that are going, like I'm involved in 20-something of them. I know I'm going to lose 7 or 9 or 8 of them for sure. I don't think they're all going to hit, dude. What am I, some kind of freaking genius? No, plus I think liquidity is going to be down, because example, again, let's go back to Trump. He throws out the Trump and Melania coin. That sucks up billions in liquidity. That could have gone to real coins and it went to meme and they cashed in, but that's not good for the market. And that takes you out of smart people going, well, let me invest in HBAR and Anando and BitTensor and, whatever, that you like out there. And that's kind of what, all these kind of things. I am really afraid that in the bull run, there's going to be a lot of disappointed altcoin owners. That's why I told you a couple shows back, you better be 100% sure about your altcoin. But if you're not 100%, get the hell out of that altcoin now and put it all into Bitcoin and Ethereum or Solana. Put it into the stuff that people are going to use. Guaranteed. I know it's nice to hit on an altcoin that can go 100x, but I don't know how many of those are going to be there. So be careful and be prepared. Because I am prepared to get my ass kicked on a couple of altcoins. Because I know that there's no way all of them are going to go. There's too many. So there's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. But we kind of know who are the Microsofts now. We kind of know who the Teslas are now. We kind of know who the Amazons are now. Right? So just like my man Joseph, it doesn't, Terry thinks it takes a lot of intelligence. Joseph, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. The guy that runs the country is buying Ethereum like it's going out of style. Yeah, let me go do that. Boom. He'll be making cash. Good for you, Joseph. I'm proud of you, my brother. Swamp Donkey, Bitcoin is perfect currency. Yep. Gonzo, no such thing as bad timing to buy ETH, only bad time to sell it. I love smart people. How do we know it's Trump's wallet? It's the financial whatever. Yeah, dude, it's that. Trust me. Yes, Financial Liberty, whatever his company's name is. Trust me, dude. It's his. It's his company. Yeah. The kids, by the way, are the ones part of this. Trump doesn't know jack shit. It's the kids, the ones that are doing it. Okay. If you can thank Eric Trump, actually, that he orange-pilled his orange-faced dad with this, okay? And at least I give Trump credit for being accepting of Bitcoin, because the crap I've had to deal with the last 4 years was very, very frustrating. Ray, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. Cash App or Venmo, you people are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ray. Says, happy Crypto Thursday night. Keep preaching, my brother. I appreciate you. Very, very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Visit our amazing sponsors, or, of course, you can make a donation. Make sure you hit the like button. It is very important that you do that. Let's see. Could you imagine the Pentagon having to deal with their purchases being trackable? No. It won't be like that. No doubt. Come on, let's not get ridiculous. I'm sure it'll go to, Pentagon expenses, and then that other stuff, what it is exactly, won't be like on the blockchain. It'll just be Pentagon expenses overall, but some things they won't be able to reveal. It's not going to be smart to do that. You know what I'm saying? So for that, but you want to know all the money they're spending on whatever programs or overseas money, if they're helping any causes or any of that kind of stuff, because now we're seeing how there was a lot of crazy money going all over the place, right? So this is good. I don't know if they're going to do any good with it, and we'll find out. But the good thing is they're exposing all the bad. So it's hard to repeat all the bad, and it's hard it's hard to make do the bad things if you're going to put it all on the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? So again, we just got to take a wait and see. Maybe shit works, maybe it all goes to hell, but if you're preparing yourself, that's the smartest thing that you can do, overall. What else do we have here? The meme coins. Meme. There are a lot. I think most of the meme coins are going to absolutely tank, and smart people, get your ass out of meme coins and go get something. Dude, H-bar is super cheap. It's a great coin to be involved in. Ondo, what is it? A little over $1. It's a great coin to be involved in. If I start going over the 100 here, let's just go over the top 100 of things that are great and they're affordable instead of a stinking meme coin. Okay. Okay. Hedera H-bar is just over 22.5 cents. I think that's a freaking steal at this point. Ondo's $1.33. It's a ripoff at $1.33. I don't understand that one, to be quite honest. Mantle at $1.04 is a terrific investment. Caspa, 10 cents. Stupid, ridiculous. There's just stuff that you can invest in that it's not going to break you, and you can get a bunch of it and build up, and you just never know. And you make yourself, Stacks is at 96 cents. This is a drop of all drops. Okay. And let me tell you something. Let me bring up Stacks. Okay. Because Stacks is the layer 2 on effing Bitcoin. There's so much that's going to be built on Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin takes off, this mother is going to take off. And it was at 365 on March 24th, 2024. It was recently at 274 on December 6th of 2024. It's sitting at 96 cents. It's got a market cap of 1.4 billion. I wouldn't be surprised in this bull run. This is the layer 2 on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to rip to 250, 300 this year. Stacks is going to rip 96 cents. I'm sorry. I don't get it. There's, instead of meme coins, like Immutable X is 80 cents. It's got so much gaming on it. It's just stupid how much gaming it has on it. By the way, this movement, Trump has bought so much movement. He bought $2.5 million of movement. I bought it when he bought it at 22 cents the last time. Was it 22, 25 cents or something? I don't know shit about this. Let me see where it's at here. Come on, man. Here we go. Is it movement? No, it's not. Is it movement? Which is the one that he bought? I got to check it out. There's one he bought. Maybe it's not movement because it was lower. It was 20 something cents. Let me see which one it is. You got to watch out with the stuff that he buys. And just, it's probably an Eric Trump move, of course. not anything else. I'll tell you right now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Jesus. I barely paid attention to it when I bought it a couple weeks ago. And he bought it. Where's it at now? I don't have my wallet on me here. I don't have it on my cell phone. But I'll look it up. I got to look it up. But anyway, there's a coin that he bought. And if I go maybe on Twitter, I might be able to find it. But I don't want to do this live to do this whole thing. If somebody knows, maybe somebody can tweet it out or something if they see it on Twitter. But there's one that he bought recently. And I know I have it in my wallet. I just don't have it on me right now. I have to go online, and I'm not going to do that here. But there's one where he bought, and it's climbed up a little bit. And then he bought another one today, and he bought like 2.5 million. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know anything about it. I just threw a couple of dollars in it just for the hell of it, just to see if it would move. Moves a little bit, but it hasn't. But you wonder, like the one he put in today for 2.5 million, which I got to look it up. I didn't want to pay too much attention because I don't want to get into all those other things that they do, because I'd rather you guys kind of do your own. I'd rather talk about him getting 5 million in ETH, but it's just like you start seeing some of these moves by the whales, and you got to then say, okay, if they're doing it, then I'll do a little bit of it, Let's see. Are you still bullish on XLM? I have not owned XLM in years. Okay. Now, Stellar, I think short term is going to have success in the bull run. Long term, I'd probably rather own XRP out of the two. But I think both are good investments. Now, do I think either one are going to 20, 30x and 40x like they're talking about? I don't think so. But I can see it 4, 5, 6x. I can see stuff like that happening in this bull run. So, yeah, I like XLM. But again, some people, they get a little crazy and they start telling you XLM is going to have a 40, 50x. And, that to me, that starts to get a little bit out of control when we see, stuff like that. So that's where I kind of draw the line because people sometimes in crypto, they're either working for somebody or trying to get paid. And for me, I'd rather not even deal with any of that stuff. And I'll stay the course my way. And I'll tell you what I'm invested in. And I'll tell you what I don't have in. And I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. Here we go. Move. It was Move. He bought Move today. The one I showed you. That's not the one I have from him the other day. But he bought, here it is. He bought Wrap Bitcoin. 5 million. I don't understand that. There must be some transaction he's doing with that. He bought 2.53 million of Move. No, 2.53 million of Move for 1.4 million 6 hours ago. World Liberty. So they have a total of 63,000 ETH for 200. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. So Trump is up to $210 million of ETH. Wrap Bitcoin, he has $73.5 million. Tron, I don't have any, but he has 10 million of Tron, and I do have Chainlink. He has 6.7 million of Chainlink. That's crazy, dude. That's why. By the way, Ondo, he has 720,000 in Ondo. So why is the president, and he's there, they have more. They have meme coins, they have some other stuff there, but I don't get into any of that stuff. They have a whole bunch of coins. You got to ask yourself, why are they buying it? So what do we have here? I made some coins. That's the meme coin I have. If you stake STX, you get Bitcoin as a... Oh, yeah, that's right. That is very true. If you stake stacks, you get Bitcoin in interest. Yes. And I believe it's a pretty decent percentage, too, to stake stacks. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Let me see if I can find it, because I don't have stacks, and it's fantastic. But again, I'm not rich, man. I can't have all the coins. Sometimes I'll take some fun and throw a couple of dollars in a coin, and something that somebody buys like that, like Trump or something. But just because they're the rich people, they got to know something. You know what I'm saying? I got my Ethereum. I've had it for years. So I'm glad that they're on the Ethereum bandwagon. I'm glad they're on the Bitcoin bandwagon, all that good stuff. I'm glad they got on the Ondo bandwagon. That was very good. It's very good. All right. What else? Anything else do we have here on the chat board before we are out of here? And we appreciate all of you out there, as always, for tuning in, man. I don't know why I forgot that coin. It's a silly coin that they bought. I only bought a couple bucks in it, but now I'm trying to remember what the hell it is, and I can't remember it. That shows you that I'm in too many of them. But that one, I don't even count, by the way, because it's really small. It's not like I really got like a big bag in it. I just did it for fun to track it, to see what the hell it is. Because I do that sometimes with, something like this, like Trump. All right, he's buying this, he's buying this, he's buying this. Why? You know what I mean? Like, I know why he's buying Link, but why is he buying Move? Like, why is he buying Move? It's weird. Okay, and Aave is another one. I don't have Aave. A lot of people like Aave, but I'm not convinced with Aave, but they have it. Must be a reason why he likes Aave. All right, we are out of here. We will see you all on episode number 50. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, and thank you for your support.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.